Hello and welcome. This is a Honda Beat. In Gran Turismo 7, a game filled with hypercars, supercars and every race car that you can think of, a car like this kinda goes unnoticed until something special happens to it. And with update 1.25 to Gran Turismo 7, that something special has happened. The Honda Beat can now be engine swapped. Yes, you can take the engine out of a 2020 Honda Civic Type R and put it into a little Beat. With this engine swap, the car can produce 506 brake horsepower and only weighs 767 kgs. Now, with those stats, this brings it into the light of being competition with the absolutely crazy Suzuki Cappuccino. Now let me tell you why this car is better, but also not as good as the Suzuki Cappuccino. If we look at the performance stats for both vehicles, we actually see that the Honda has slightly more power, but the Suzuki weighs less, and it's a back and forth throughout everything. But the only place that you really feel the difference is out on circuits. The tune that I have in the Honda is very track focused, and so is the tune that I put in the Suzuki. But the difference between these cars is honestly night and day, because on one hand the Suzuki is such a ball, it is a blast to drive. Every corner you can take it sideways on red line, tires screaming, banging off the rev limiter, just a blast. You know, honestly, just such a goofball of a vehicle. And the Honda is so serious. The car does not want to slide. Even though it has more power than the Suzuki, the Honda refuses to slide out. Even when I try to actually get it to slide or do a drift, refuses. It wants to go around the corner as fast as possible. And I can really appreciate that. But this brings to show you how much faster the Honda actually is. But when it comes to character, the Suzuki wins hands down. But I think that's enough comparing the Cappuccino to the Beat. Let's focus on the car of the video, the Honda Beat. When I took the car to the circuit I take every other car to, Kyoto Driving Park, I thought, okay, you know what, traction off and let's see how it actually performs. Coming around the first corner, I was a bit skeptic because if you saw from the way it kicked out, I thought, oh, okay, here we go. The car has too much power, it can't handle it, it's just going to be smoke up the rear tires. That is where I was mistaken, because from the time we came around this turn, I saw, okay, it doesn't actually want to slide. Even though it has no traction on, it somehow almost cuts itself off from drifting. If you are brave enough, you can honestly take these S's flat out. It does not have any problem with you. It just goes to show how flat and planted this vehicle is. Drifting and sliding, that's not what this car is meant for. Maybe if you put a steering angle kit on, then maybe possibly it could happen. But what I can still appreciate, it's a lightweight, powerful vehicle. As you saw there, wheels in the air, it still shows, hey look, I am still a bit of fun, I'm not all serious. But if we look at the Cappuccino compared to this, I know I said we're not gonna compare anymore, but these two are practically the same cars, but they handle so differently. Like see there, that skid that we just did, that's about all of the drifting you're gonna get out of this vehicle. Now you can actually see how hard the suspension is as we go over the curbs. You can see the car really has no movement in the suspension. It is a full-on race car and I adore it. Now if you do want to try this tune out, I am going to post it at the very end of the video. So if you do want to try it out, watch till the end, or just watch till the end. Now why I say this car is better than the Cappuccino, the driving feel of it, you don't have to stress, you don't have to overwork yourself. It's not that complicated that you need to focus, okay, throttle control every corner. Am I going on the power too soon? Am I going on the power too late? Am I going slow? Am I oversteering? Am I understeering? You know, there isn't that much that you have to focus on in the beat. It's honestly just foot flat, turn, brake, and you're good to go. Except when a car begins to slide. Don't try and get it to slide. As you saw, I went flying into the barrier. That doesn't win you races. Now, a benefit to this being an engine swap vehicle is how fuel efficient this vehicle actually is. Now, I tried to use it around the WTC 600 event around Tokyo Expressway. Yes, the money making method around Tokyo Expressway. And I was quite pleased to see that it's actually possible to do it no stops, but you just have to manage tire wear. I am going to be posting a money making method tomorrow using this vehicle, so if you are interested in that, subscribe, put post notifications on so you don't miss out. But when I tell you, on my first try, not knowing what fuel mix I must use, what tires I must use, I was able to set a 25-minute 10-second run. So yes, with the right setup, we should be under 25 minutes. Big possibilities, and you don't want to miss out on that video. So yes, with the Honda Beat, it's not the fastest car in the game. It's not the fastest engine swap vehicle in the game. I mean, we have the GR Yaris, Lancia Delta, and we have tons of other cars that are so much better than this. But it's more of the fact of where the car actually comes from. The Honda Beat is a slow little K car that no one expects to be fast. I mean, even in the K series event, you look at it and be like, there's something else faster. But with this engine swap, it completely changes this car. This is the perfect track weapon, and I'm actually so in love with this vehicle. I love seeing that Gran Turismo 7 is actually putting time and effort to add engine swaps that are somewhat realistic in vehicles that people don't actually use. Now, the Honda is better than the Suzuki in the way of it can go around the corner without killing you, but that's also this car's downfall. It's not very exciting to drive. It doesn't put you on edge. It doesn't make you feel like, okay, wow, I need to focus, you know, to really enjoy and appreciate all that this car has. The Honda, it gets you around the corners, and that's about all the excitement. It's about going fast around corners. That's where the excitement lies. Whereas the Suzuki, it's just crazy. You're gonna go spinning, tire smoke, wheelies, everything. The Suzuki is just broken, and the Honda is it's best described as a younger brother and an older brother. As the Honda is the older, more mature brother, and the Suzuki is just the younger brother who's running off and doing a backflip out of a tree. Just no cares in the world. And that basically sums up the Honda Beat compared to the Suzuki. So with all that being said, I hope you guys did really enjoy this video. Don't forget, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.